Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Hi guys, FM Campbell here and welcome to the first update or episode 2 of the Started from the Bottom series that we're doing. Obviously we've taken control of Weston-super-Mare. Just as a catch up, if you haven't seen the introduction to the series, the link will be in the description. But basically what we're doing is we're taking the lowest predicted team. It's basically the team that's predicted to finish at the very bottom, at the very sort of lowest available league that's in the stock game of Football Manager 2015. So Weston-super-Mare, as you can see, if we go into their media prediction, they're predicted to finish bottom of the Vanarava Conference South. So I think this is what you've got: the Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2, Conference North and Conference South. So this is the 6th and 7th tier in English football. And basically what we're going to try and do is take them to the very top and sort of finish at the top of the Premier League. So it's literally starting from the bottom. Clues in the name, I guess. But yeah. So, where to start? Right. I have massively bitten off more than I can chew here because this is tough. This has got to be one of the hardest hardest starts I've ever had, and wow, the difference of level from big teams on this game to low teams is just ridiculous. I'm talking mistakes central. I'm talking just little things like a long ball will be missed by the keeper and it will go in the back of the net. I'm talking a centre back will do a 40-yard driving shot and it will go top corner. It is just, it is so tough, and it is, I'm telling you, yeah, it is so frustrating because it's hard to work out. But anyway, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm slowly getting there. I say slowly getting there. This basically is, yeah. I can't illustrate how hard this actually has become. Right, so we'll start off with the squad. So the transfers that we've done. Obviously, we have absolutely no money, so we brought some players in. The club was pretty thin when I first got it, but it's got more depth now. But we're a little bit restrained. Not restrained. Well, I say we are restrained financially, but we're in trouble a little bit financially. We're spending more than we should be by quite a bit, but I think it needs it to stay up because this team is really, really poor, and I'm generally worried about being relegated right now. But anyway, so we've got Carlos Gonzalez who's come in, and yes, you're probably thinking, especially if you've seen the United series and you're looking at this and you're thinking, what the hell? I'm basically looking for key attributes in the roles that I'm playing these. So I'm looking at dribbling and crossing, first touch, as a winger. So this is Carlos Gonzalez, 18 years old, signing on a free, on £100 a week. These are all English. I think the majority of them are English anyway. So when this loads, I don't know why it's doing this. Let's go back. Come on, please. Don't start now. But yeah, Carlos Gonzalez we've got as a right winger. I'm trying to basically create a team where I have 2 goalkeepers, 4 centre backs, 2 left backs, 2 right backs, sort of 2 centre midfielders / defensive midfielders, 2 central attacking midfielders, 2 left wingers, 2 right wingers, and then 3 strikers. So we've got Matt Dinsmore as a striker. He's come in, 24 years old. He's got a couple of attributes that could be good. Maybe dribbling, first touch is not too bad. Passing is actually is very, very good. Finishing's 10. But I found a pattern that anything that's sort of 10, 11 and above at this level is okay. Then we've got Salvin Kisitu, who's a centre back. He's from Uganda. Heading 7, marking's 11, tackling's 11. But he's only 18 years old. It's very, very easy to get youngsters. It's so hard to get decent players at this level, though. Stephen Page, a left back. He's got 9 at tackling. His determination and natural finisher are his highest attributes. Other than that, we've got physicals. Could probably do some work, but they're okay. But he's 22 years old. Then we had Rob Close come in. Excuse me. His finishing's actually dropped from 11 to 10, which is annoying. But yeah, it's quite sort of slim pickings at the beginning. There's not a lot of players that will want to assign the club that's predicted to finish bottom with a whole English tier. So Rob Close came in. Then we've got Jonathan Crawford as centre back. He's actually not too bad, to be fair. 19 years old as well, so he's got time to improve. And then we've got Jake Simpson, centre midfielder. I liked him for his passing, his long shots if I wanted to break him forward. Weirdly, he's a ball-winning midfielder, but his tackling is 3, which is strange, but there we go. Brian Martin, goalkeeper. I'm quite actually happy with this. He's got a lot of 9s in there. His handling's 10. Eccentricity is only 10. Tendency to punch is 10, which is a bit frustrating sometimes. But yeah, he looks like he's probably going to be our first choice keeper, to be fair. Luke Palmer, quite happy with this guy, to be fair. I've said to be fair about 5 times then. But crossing is 11, dribbling's 10, first touch is 8. Physicals are awesome. There's a lot of 11s. With 13 are jumping and natural fitness. Don't know why he's going to need to jump on the wing, but there we go. It's 6'1", so you could have as a wide target man, I guess, if you wanted to. But yeah, I mean, he's got anticipation, bravery, and concentration, and positioning that are all 1. So yeah, but I'm quite happy with him. Curtis Shields, right back. Tackling's 11s, which is okay. Marking's 8. Yeah, there's a couple of good ones in the physical with 8s, I guess, and a 10 and a 9. But yeah, his mental's a bit of a concern, but he's only 18 years old. Curtis Hansford, very happy with this guy. He's got good mental attributes. His heading's 11, he's got a marking of 7 and a tackling of 7. He's only 18, bear in mind. Natural fitness of 14. Strength is good for a centre-back. But he's only on £15 a week as well, which is a bonus. Luke Jones, right back. As you can see, across the board, he's not too bad, really, in mental. He's got a lot of 8, 9s and 10s, so I'm happy as I guess I can be. Julian Serrano, probably my signing so far that I'm going to be most happy with. He's 23 years old, Spanish as well, but he's on £250 a week, which is quite expensive. But technique, tackling, both 9. He's got passing of 11, marking of 8, so he's a good defensive midfielder. But yeah, the tactic we're going with is a 4-1-2-2-1. Although I have changed this so many times because nothing seems to work. Bearing in mind what you also got to think about is these players are part-time, so the condition is always rubbish because they're not playing ever. Their match fitness is always poor. Even if they're playing it week in, week out, the match fitness is still poor. But yeah, let's look at the squad. So we've got quite a big squad, really. We are spending a little bit too much money on wages. If we are spending, what, £800 too much? Quite bad, I know, but it is so hard to get rid of players without paying them off. So yeah, it's quite frustrating. But we've got a good left back in Aaron Brown, although I'll probably look to sell him in the future because he's on quite a bit of money. So we've got 3 right backs and 3 left backs, which I was really annoyed about. So I'm trying to get rid of players as well. We have 5 centre backs I'm trying to get rid of. 2 defensive midfielders. We've got 3 right wingers, 2 left wingers, which is fine. We've got too many centre midfielders. We've got 6 here and 4 strikers. Minus 1 defensive midfielder and a centre midfielder because they're on trial. Yeah, so we've kind of made a mistake in getting too many players in, especially when we've got an under-21s as well that's got a couple of players in there. Obviously, some of these are dropped from not dropped, but they're in there from the first team for match fitness. But we'll look at the schedule and what's happened so far. As you can see, and as I said, wow, it's been hard. I put a couple of friendlies in there because we wanted to try and make some money. But this is literally the level that you're managing to get. We've got Monaco reserves, and Dons were probably the 2 highest incoming financially. But we beat Barnet, who are much higher than us, I think. Oh, they're in the league above. I think they're predicted to finish relatively high, aren't they? Predicted to finish 3rd in the conference. We beat them 2-1, but I didn't even control that, but my assistant manager did. We drew 2-2 with Bidford, and then we drew 2-2 with Goitra. Dons we lost 5-1 to, who are in League 1. Chelmsford we lost 3-2 against, and I think they're Conference South, so they're in our league. Hayes and Yeading, what am I saying? Obviously they're in our league. Yeah, we lost 3-2 to Chelmsford. Alec Fidesz and Dale Grubb. Dale Grubb looks to be our best player. He's just awesome, to be fair. I'm really, really happy with Dale Grubb. He's the only team player that seems to be performing. 7.04 average rate in the last 5 games, 7.33 average rating. He's got 2 in 3, so I'm quite happy with Dale Grubb, and hopefully he can. Yeah, So let's crack on. So yeah, Chelmsford, Fidesz and Dale Grubb scored. Fidesz is a left winger, also not a bad player at all. 20 years old. Hayes and Yeading was our first and only win so far of the season. Fidesz, Dale Grubb and Luke Palmer on the score sheet for us in a 3-2 victory. This is when I was thinking, this is going to be easy. This is going to go swimmingly. Because Chelmsford were predicted, actually they're predicted to finish around us, so we should be beating them really. What else do we have? Yeah, so then Hemel Hempstead, we got smashed 4-1. Jake Morford with the only goal. Yeah, but they're pretty good. I think they're going to be up there at the end of the season. Then the friendlies, Lokomotiv Vitarvin. We lost 2-0. Then we lost 4-1 to AS Monaco Reserves, or Monaco Reserves. Our goal scorer was Matt Dinsmore. St Albans we lost 2-0 to. No goal scorers. And then we lost 3-1 to Sutton United. Alex Fidesz with the only goal for us. So this is our squad. If let's look at a little bit more detail. Like I said, Brian Martin's probably our first choice, although Luke Purnell is not far off him. Dan Jackson, to be fair, he's playing for free, so we're not actually paying him any money, but he's our third choice keeper. Luke Jones is definitely going to be our right back. Curtis Shields, would like to honestly try and get rid of him, but he's only on £15 a week. Liam Dempsey is also not too bad as well as cover. Left back, I'm trying to get rid of Aaron Brown because he's very expensive, but we decided to keep him in the end, and that is the reason why we have so many left backs. But yeah, so bloody hell, we have 4. So yeah, between Stephen Page and Aaron Brown the majority of the time. Into centre back, Clayton Fortune and Jonathan Crawford are definitely our first choice. Then we have Tom Jordan, Kasitu and Hansford as our backup. Hansford isn't too bad, doesn't look too bad actually, which is frustrating because he does look better than a lot of the other players. But there you go. My assistant thinks different, but he's only on £15 a week, so it's not, I suppose, extremely bad. Julian Serrano, he's, as I said, one of my signings that I'm actually really happy with. He's going to be probably our leading defensive midfielder. Right hand side, obviously Dale Grubb, who's injured for 8 days to 2 weeks, but he's going to be probably our best player, I'd say, for the team. Then we have probably second choice of Luke Palmer. Carlos Gonzalez, as I said, we brought in, but we might look to get rid of him soon. Lewis Feely, weirdly, he performs when he hasn't done too badly, but he's had a couple of assists, I think. Alec Fidesz he's probably going to be our first starter on the left as well. Then in centre midfield, so this is the 2 centre midfielders in front of our defensive midfielder. We're probably going to go with Jake Morford, and I've been liking Jacob Kane because Jacob Kane has got a couple of good attributes and he can burst forward, as you can see. He's competent in other positions further forward. Up top, Jake Harris, although he hasn't scored a goal for us yet, but he's our best striker, which is really annoying. And then Rob Close is probably our backup. And then it probably Sid Camper as our next player. And then after that, Dinsmore will probably be sat on the bench, if not in the reserve the majority of the time. Competitions wise, so in the league, if we go and have a look now, we are currently sat in 20th place, so we are above our media predicted. But yeah, it's going to be tough. I'd like to finish sort of around this area. Obviously I'd like to finish higher, but I think it's going to be a struggle with this team. We're very much sort of having to rebuild from the very start. But yeah, if we could finish sort of 16th, 17th, I'd probably be happy with that. I'd probably say that as a success. The assistant when I met the board, they said to me that they wanted me to put up a fight in a relegation battle. So I think that's expectant for them to be relegated. So anything higher than that, I think we're sort of a success. So we haven't been entered in the FA Cup yet. Obviously, it's going to be 3 qualifying rounds, 2 qualifying rounds to get through, and then the FA Trophy as well. We've also not been entered in. Our under-18s, we don't have one. Simple as that. We have fake players. Under-21s, I said, it's quite thin as well. We don't really have one. As the team report. We haven't used 4-4-2, to be honest. It's more, well, this is the thing. I reckon my tactics changed about 5 times. But it's going from like a 4-2-3-1 with 2 defensive midfielders to like a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond, to like a 4-2-3-1 attacking, and then it's been a 4-1-2-2-1, so a defensive midfielder, 2 central midfielders, 2 attacking wingers, and a striker. But the level of some of these players are really, really poor. The finances, we're projected to be 300k under. I'm hoping we get bought out, to be honest with you. I know the board do like the club. They are happy with the positive atmosphere, even though we're bottom but one. Satisfied with the management of the team so far. Like I said, I kind of wish and hope that we're bought out, just to help out with financially. But Paul Bliss feels he will never leave the club of his own volition. So basically, unless he dies, God rest Paul Bliss's soul, and it sounds like a horrible thing to say, he's not going to sell the club, basically. So we're in trouble with him. Staff-wise, we've actually got some okay staff. We've got a good scout. He's 13-13 ability and potential. And then another good scout who's also 13-13 with potential as well. We've got a physio who's got 18 physiotherapy, so I'm really happy with that. Fitness coach who's got 15 fitness. I'm quite impressed with that. A goalkeeping coach who's got 20. He's actually a decent goalkeeping coach in my book. Goalkeepers, this is Joe Corrigan. Goalkeepers are 20. Working with youngsters 14. What else have we got? I'd like my management to be a bit higher, but it's not. Determination is good. Ability and potential is not too worried about. Discipline's good. Motivating's awesome. So I'm quite happy with him as a goalkeeping coach. We've got Matt Etherington as our head of youth development. This basically I've got is working with youngsters. I'd like to have found one with better potential and ability, but literally the next one available to him was 6s in these, but he was 8 in working with youngsters. So Rob Boyd's our assistant manager. It's not that great, to be honest with you, but he's the best. I think he was originally here anyway. Yeah, he was originally here anyway, so excuse me, there wasn't anything better out there, basically. What else? So that's pretty much it. Tom Jordan's our captain. Our vice captain is Dale Grubb. Obviously, they've already seen that our key player is Dale Grubb as well. It's going to be quite tough. The next update will be coming. Well, basically, the transfer window is very strange at this level. But yeah, basically, because it's part-time football, I think you could pretty much sign players up whenever. But yeah, so I mean, I'm going to try and keep it around the transfer window dates. So we're the end of August. So at the minute we're the 6th of September. So the end of August. Next one will be probably the end of January time. So around sort of these dates. Oh no, that's around these dates. So around the Bishop Stortford, Bromley, Bath, Farnborough games. And I'll obviously kind of keep that pattern going as much as I can. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Obviously, it's real tough times. Quite a struggle. We're going to have quite a battle on our hands, but I think we can do it. But my God, it's going to take some patience, because this is going to be a long series and a long-winded save. But yeah, make some suggestions, because I'm telling you now, they're going to be a massive help. I've never done something like this before. I've always gone conference and above. I've never taken someone from the bottom of the Vanarama Conference South. So any suggestions would be absolutely spot on. But yeah, let's get a bit of interaction going and get a bit of conversation going. But I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you're looking forward to the rest of the series. There seems to be good feedback from the introduction. So thanks very much for that. But yeah, feel free to like the video if you have enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe if you're new. You don't have to. It's completely up to you. You can just watch the video if you want to. That's fine. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in episode 3. Cheers, guys.